This ain't just a channel, this is BBTV.
It's Thankful Thursday, a pause in the chaos to notice what still holds up, keeps us going, or surprised us this week in the best way. Gratitude lives here. It's
A boss be rising, BBTV's igniting, turn the volume up, yeah, the whole world's invited. From the gravel road to the neon dream, she built an empire out of broken wings. Boss be rising, sky ain't even the ceiling when she hits go live, everybody feels it.
All right, y'all, welcome in. Come on in, get settled, grab you something to sip on because today is Thankful Thursday and we are about to get into it. And listen, I need y'all present for this one because this ain't just about saying thank you. This is about what gratitude even looks like, feels like, and why folks be out there arguing over it like it's a bill that came due. You hear me? Okay. Because I've been reading these stories and I'm sitting here like, hold on. How did we get to this place where somebody would do something nice and the next person is sitting there like, well, I didn't ask for it. Or somebody gives them the heart and turns around like, you better appreciate me. And now everybody is mad and nobody actually feeling good about what was supposed to be a good thing. And I'm telling you right now, this is one of those topics that sounds simple until you really sit with it because gratitude ain't just words. It's timing, it's tone, it's intention. It's how it lands. And baby, sometimes what you meant and what they heard ain't even the same room. Okay? That's where all this confusion comes from because one person is over there like, I just want to feel seen. I want you to acknowledge what I did. And the other person is like, why does this feel like pressure? Why does this feel like I owe you something now? And both of them walking away like the other one is wrong. And I'm sitting here like, no, y'all just speaking two different emotional languages and nobody is translating. And that's what we're about to do today. We're going to show this thing down, slow it down, pardon me. We're going to look at it from both sides. That's how we do. We're going to laugh a little because you know what? Some of these folks in these comments are wild. I mean, wow. But underneath all that noise, there's something real truth sitting there. Okay. It's sitting right there. And if you catch it, it'll change how you move in your own relationships. Maybe. Because let me tell you something. Feeling appreciated matters. It does. But so does how you give it. And so does how you receive it. And if either one of those gets twisted just a little bit, look, you can turn something beautiful into something stressful real quick. So that's where we're going today. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. And by the time we get done, you might just look at the next thank you a little bit different, or maybe even how you say it. Now, y'all ready? Because I am. Let's get into this. Who do we have talking today? Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice of you to say so. All right, give me 2 seconds because you know what? I got life be life, and just like Big Jack says, okay, just had to be sure. I have to take care of family members too, right? All right, so let me pull up this next little section for you because I am so unprepared today. Y'all, I have been gone for a while and I'm not going to get into it right now. We'll talk about that later, but I'm sorry. Maybe I should start there. I'm sorry because, yeah, I've been missing action. And yes, I'm going to use Big Jack's term, life be life. And that's what it be doing right now for me. But let me tell you, I am doing exactly what he suggests because it's a great suggestion. And I am fighting for it. I am not griping about it. I'm not going to sit here and feel bad about what's going on in my life because life be life. And And guess what? I'm here right now and we're doing this. So let's slide on over, give us some media, and start this out. Now, am I the a hole? Ha ha ha. For telling my friends to get forked. Yeah, we use the word forked here. I, 29-year-old female, love to cook. I cook all kinds of stuff: tofu, chicken, soup, sausage, Asian, Mexican, Italian, etc. I love to make things from scratch. Two examples was in a tofu kick, so I made my own raws from soybeans. Okay, cool, go girl. Was on a chalupa kick, but they're $7 each. What the fork, Taco Bell agreed. So I made my own fry bread and toppings, etc. Love to bake Christmas cookies and make little treats. This one sounds like me. Y'all like this? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit the subscribe. And thank you for hitting that like button because I know you did, right? All right. Anyways, all this is to explain that I take a lot of pride in making food and I love to feed people. My sister from another mister, my two closest friends, 21 female and 25 female, shit on me every time I make something that isn't chicken tenders, basically. Okay. I make a chicken. All right, y'all. I'm just going to do this because we're going to have this conversation. This word, I had to do it. I had to ask ChatGPT, okay, to pronounce this word for me. And yes, I had fun with it. And the only thing that I can do now is gnocchi. I know that's not what it is, but I go back to peanut. I am Southern, y'all. Jeff Dunham is just the best, okay? And I love peanut, okay? And that's all I see is when I see, I went, ganache, nachi, trying to keep the G silent, obviously. Gnocchi, gnocchi. Okay. Anyway, soup. And one tells me it looks like it has bugs in it. That's so nice. I make a tofu stir fry, and the other tells me it looks like poop from a butt. Wow. They know it bothers me and still continue to do it. It's not like I force them to eat the food. I did make 21 female try tofu one time. Not even the dish posted above, which I'll admit didn't look how I wanted it to, even if it was delicious. Okay. Today, I woke up to a Facebook post of them publicly mocking me about how my food is only meant for starving orphans. So I told them both to get forked. And now I'm the dramatic one. Am I the a-hole? Oh, y'all tell me. What do you think? All 5 million of you sitting here watching right now. And let me tell you, there may not be 5 million, but we are on Facebook right now. We are on YouTube. We are on Twitch. That we are. So it may be just, 5, but now it's 4 because I talk too much. Anyway, edited to add the soup recipe since so many people want it. LOL, high recommend. Okay. Adding some sausage and or sun-dried tomatoes and serve with a crusty bread. Yes, guess what? Your girl's got you. Okay. That's what it looks like. Okay. That's the little address right there. Hold up. Because I still got you. And y'all go for it because, yeah. Okay, JK, thank you. I don't know if you're still here, but I appreciate you. All right, here we go. There's your link for that. Because, yes, it is. Of course I've tried it. Why would I bring it on here if I hadn't tried it yet? All right. So, It's a chicken marsala kind, and I love chicken marsala, and I can say that part. Okay, look, come on now, pull up a chair because we got to talk about this one. Listen, you are in your kitchen minding your business out here making tofu from scratch. Do you understand how next level that is? I- Hello, I can't even do that. And I'm 54 freaking years old, okay? That ain't throwing something in the microwave and hope for the best kind of energy. Kind of want to get around here sometimes, but that is craft. That is, I care about what I'm doing energy. And then you got two people over here standing there saying and acting like they've, never seen anything like that. It didn't come in a nugget shape, right? Now, hold on, okay? Because this is where it shifts for me the biggest. Because, yes, there's lots of shifting in this one. It's one thing if somebody tries your food and goes, not for me. That's normal. Okay? Everybody don't like everything. Fine. But that ain't what this is. This is them going out of their way every single time to tear it down. Bugs, poop. Baby, you didn't just not like it. You tried to humiliate me. That's different, okay? And then, oh, yeah, I'm going there. They take it to Facebook, public, for laughs. See, now we're not talking about food anymore. We're talking about respect because why are you comfortable with embarrassing me, but then shocked when I don't respond politely? That's beyond me. You wanted reaction, okay? You don't, oh my gosh, you just didn't want that reaction. And that's the part that gets me, okay? You told them to get forked. Honestly, would have been my answer too, but shh. That was the clean version because some folks would have just said a whole lot worse and still been justified. You didn't start anything. You finished something that's been simmering for a while, obviously. And yeah, I said simmering because we stay in the kitchen with it. And let me tell you something real quick, okay? People who love you don't take the thing that you're proud of and turn it into a joke. They just don't. They might tease a little. Sure. Sure. But not in a way that keeps poking the same bruise over and over again. That ain't playful. That's careless. So, no, you're not the problem here. You just finally said, I'm not eating this disrespect anymore. Now, could it have been softer? Maybe. But after how many times? After a public post? No. Sometimes the tone matches the moment. And if they're calling you dramatic, I'd be side-eyeing that real hard because usually the person who gets labeled dramatic is just the one who finally spoke up. Okay, you keep cooking, you keep creating, and next time, call me. Feed people who don't think that your passion is a punchline. Because, baby, that soup with sausage, sun-dried tomatoes, yeah, they wouldn't have been invited back to my table anyway. And they still won't because I will be making it again. Yeah. Listen, we got a few comments on this one. Okay. Let me get over here and pull it up. All right. Now, I'm just going to read through some comments because these were all separate comments, but all with the same intent. So, your close, not the a-hole, your closest friends don't sound like good friends at all. And you can get anyone as a friend if you cook like you say. They'd most likely love to help clean up too. Wait, that word again. Can I be your friend? Right? Mexican, Italian. I'd like to join this friend group too, please. I will wash dishes if someone else dries them. I'll dry. Where's the towels? I'll bring the dish towels. I'll put the dishes away. I'll watch and make approving comments. Come on. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is good friends, and they don't even know you. Yeah. You got folks in the comments like, hold on, wait a minute. You said no. Can I be your friend? Okay, baby. They then formed a whole potluck committee under your post. One said, I'll wash the dishes. Another said, I'll dry. I mean, I'll do the same. Come make it in my kitchen. Bring them over. I don't care. It's good. I'll dry. Somebody already's in there asking, where's the towels? Hey, that was probably me. Next one's talking about, I'll be bringing the towels. You ain't even finished cooking and they're done, built a whole assembly line. And my personal favorite, the one sitting back, like, I'll just watch and make approving comments. You know what we need? That person to. We do. Every kitchen has to have one. I mean, that's where Gordon Ramsay is, right? Ain't touched a plate, ain't stirred a pot, but sitting there like, yeah, that looked good right there. And the whole time you over here worried about two people that don't appreciate you. Meanwhile, there's a whole line of folks that where the plate is at, So what does that tell you? You ain't the problem, baby. You just been cooking for the wrong table. Okay? Oh, another comment. Pardon me. Yes, another comment. I'll be like Phoebe, ooh, ah, and make yummy noises. Seriously. Seriously, though, we original poster, get better friends. Amen, sis. Normal people would be over the moon about having a bestie who loved to cook practically everything. I would be. Oh, please. Please use my kitchen. You're worth a lot of, you're worth a lot more than what these Egypts are giving you. Agreed. I'll sweep and mop the kitchen floor. Some people don't have an interest in food, especially ethnic food. I learned this when I brought kapusta, a Polish dish of sauerkraut braised in butter with mushrooms. Bring it. Bring it. I love that kind of stuff. And onions to a work potluck. And a coworker rudely announced to everyone that these potatoes are disgusting. What? On the other hand, I mean, that wasn't potatoes, but okay. On the other hand, I had another coworker who literally hugged me in the hallway and said he was so excited that someone brought something different. And that it was delicious. Sounds like your friends are the closed-minded, judgy former type. Agreed. The gall of some people, I totally get not wanting to try or new or unusual things or being a picky eater, but nothing justifies shaming the food somebody else has made. Amen. Kapusta sounds delicious. I absolutely need to try it. I was about to ask for a recipe as my search in Germany at first resulted only in somewhat different recipes with white cabbage, tomato with or without minced meat, but I found an English one looking for kapusta plus mushroom, which sounds reasonable. The explanation of what kind of sauerkraut to use were surprising though. I didn't know there might be sauerkraut with added vinegar or something else except for juniper berries or caraway seeds. Okay, I didn't know that else either myself. So this right here, this is the energy that I love, okay? You've got somebody in the comments talking about, I'll be like Phoebe, ooh, making yummy noises, right? That's the kind of support you need in your life. Somebody hyping you up while you're cooking. Not standing there acting like you committed a crime against chicken tenders. And then you got another one saying, I'll sweep him up. Come on now. I'll make some more if you want to come do my sweeping and mopping. Look, they're assigning themselves chores like this is a 5-star restaurant. And then here comes the story about that kapusta. Now, listen, that's where it hits because one person loud and wrong talking about these potatoes are disgusting don't even know what they're eating. Okay. Just committed to being negative, and then somebody else comes through hugging you in the hallway like this is amazing. Same dish, same room, two completely different mindsets. And that's the part people miss. It ain't the food, it's the mindset. Some folks are curious and open and excited, and some folks are, closed off and judgmental and comfortable being loud and about it. And you can't feed both of them the same way. So, no, don't shrink what you do. Don't simplify your kitchen. Don't water it down and just find your people. I'm your people. I ain't playing. Come cook for me. Let me come cook it with you. I don't know. Come on. That's how I'd have to be. Plain and simple. All right. Because, the ones who get it are already in the comments talking about where the plate's at. Pass me that recipe. And that right there tells you everything you need to know. I mean, here I am passing this recipe along. You don't even know me. You know what? It's because I know it's going to be good because I tried it. I'm not going to bring this up here if I didn't try it. So that's the way that goes. Now, we've got more. This one's a little longer, but it's good. Just like all of course. You have to forgive me. It's still crazy weather in Texas. Alrighty. Now then, let's get started on the next one. This one's a little long. I may take a break here in just a few minutes after we get the story out. Actually, that is what I'm going to do to make it right. Okay, here we go. Am I the a-hole for telling someone I think they should be more grateful? Good question. I'm in the process of making plans to visit my partner in another country, and we are both excited about the visit. We had a stressful conversation about the plans, and afterwards, I said something like, I am spending a lot of time and money to make this happen. Ouch. Sort of for you, and I think you should be more grateful. Okay. Before you start judging, because I'm already judging, I know you're judging because I'm judging. Simmer down. Let me finish. He thinks I am the asshole for what I said. So he didn't ask me to come and thinks we should be able to expect visits. The type of thinking or thing for each other without expecting gratitude. I don't have to come and should not make out like I'm doing him some kind of favor. That deserves thanks. I kind of see it, but I feel pretty differently. Even if we can expect things from each other, I think it's important to be grateful for them, especially when it's sort of a big thing like international travel. I think he's the asshole for taking me for granted and not expressing gratitude. I think this is probably a cultural difference, but what do you think, Reddit? To be clear, the conflict here is not about our relationship. We're fine, thanks. It's about whether it's an asshole move to be ungrateful versus ask for gratitude. Wow. Okay. This one. It's not loud drama, okay? Obviously. My goodness. This is that quiet tension that sneaks in and sits in the corner if you don't catch it, right? On the surface, it sounds simple. You're planning an international trip, time, money, stress, all of that. Of course, that's a big deal. Nobody is arguing that. But, of course, there's a but. Where it shifted is not the trip, it's how it was said. The moment you said, I am doing this for you and you should be more grateful, that changed the whole temperature of the entire room and the rooms around it. It went from excitement to feeling like a favor. No. Now, instead of hearing love, he's hearing receipt. Now, hold on, because you are not wrong for wanting appreciation. Okay. Don't get that wrong. You are putting in effort. And yes, people should acknowledge that, especially something like international travel. That is not small. That is planning and pressure and real energy. So, wanting to feel seen, it's fair. It's fair. But you cannot pull gratitude out of somebody by asking for it like that. The second that you say you should be grateful, it stops feeling like appreciation and starts feeling like obligation. Big difference. People will push back on that, even if they were grateful before you said it. And on his side, gosh, that you do not have to come line might be technically true, but it feels dismissive. Not nice. Are you sure about this? Are y'all sure about this? Long distance relationships are hard to manage. Look, relationships do not run on technicalities. You do not tell somebody putting in effort, well, you choose or you chose to, and leave it there. So now you're taking or talking past each other, lashing out. You're saying, see what I'm doing and appreciate it. He is saying, do not turn this into a transaction. Both of those things can exist at the same time. So, no, I'm not calling either one of you the problem here. This is a communication miss where the need showed up sideways. If it had come out as, hey, I'm excited, but I am also a little overwhelmed putting this together, and I want to feel like you see that it lands softer, okay? And it invites appreciation. You don't ask for it outright, okay? You don't expect it. That is a hope. That's not an expectation, okay? And you don't, while it feels good, you don't need it to exist. Look, if he had said, I do appreciate it, I just don't want us to keeping score, that lands different too. You don't need a thank you like it's a tip jar, right? But you do need to feel seen. And he does not want to feel like he owes you, but he still needs to show you that it matters. That's where it balances out. Okay. Now I'm going to start on these comments here. First commenter, you're right. It may be a cultural difference. It in my culture, it's you're the asshole. Yeah, generally speaking, nothing makes you feel less grateful for a person than being told to feel that way. And the original poster had a response. Thanks for sharing. Could you explain this a bit more? Nothing makes you feel less grateful for a person than being told to feel that way. Not trying to be sarcastic here or anything like that. I'm genuinely curious. Even if this is the case, why would that mean I'm the asshole? E.g., if this were about cleaning up a mess rather than expressing gratitude, nothing makes me feel less like cleaning up a mess than being told it's my job to clean up the mess. But in my opinion, how I feel about that has no bearing on whether or not it's my job to clean up the mess. The person might still be right that it's my job to clean up the mess, just like I might be right here that my partner should be more grateful. I guess you're saying that we know it's my job, it's inherently being an asshole to point that out, i.e., we might agree that he should be more grateful, but no matter what, I'm an asshole for saying so. If I flip this around and imagine someone else telling me, hey, I've been doing all the work and it makes me sad you're not grateful for it, maybe I'm self deluding here, but I think I would be like, I'm so sorry. I am grateful. I'm sorry I didn't make that clear. Thank you for telling me how you feel. How can I make it up to you? Yeah, that's what I would want from myself anyway. And that's what I want from other people, my partner. But I know people are different. And I really do want to understand better why this comes across as asshole-ish to some people, cultures. Okay, there was a response to this. Sure, a few reasons. Usually, the person being told to be grateful feels they have already expressed gratitude or that it is presumed. So, while you may be saying you should be grateful, what they're hearing is you have been ungrateful. It comes across as a criticism that spurs a fight back reaction. Often the person being told to be grateful will start to think of all the things they have done for the other person, for which the other person also did not express gratitude. So it turns into a who has done more for the other comparison, which is never good. Sometimes the person being told to be grateful did not ask for or want the thing they are now instructed to be grateful for. It's like when when older, uh, forgive me, 3 million of you. It's like when an older person gives you a discarded item you don't want. You take it to be nice, but plan on disposing of it. If they then instruct you to be grateful for it, it causes you to think, why should I be grateful for this thing I never wanted in the first place? It's me who is doing you the favor by accepting it, not the other way around. Note here that your partner told you that they never asked you to come and visit. Well, there you go. Right? Yeah, it's not over. 1 second. This goes back and forth a second. So, all right. I appreciate you taking. This was the original poster's response. I appreciate you taking the time. I think I still don't really understand, but this is helpful. To me, 1 and 2 are sort of not my fault. It's their problem if they react that defensively to criticism, but it's still helpful to think about this and know pragmatically if I want to avoid stressful conversations, I should avoid it for those reasons, even if I think they're not good ones, sort of. But I think the most important difference here is 3, and I find it very interesting. To me, your example, why should I be grateful for this thing I never wanted in the first place? It's me who is doing you the favor by accepting it, not the other way around. This sounds to me like a very asshole attitude to have. I disagree that you are doing the favor by accepting. If you don't want it, you should say something like, thank you so much for thinking of me. I really appreciate the thought, and I'm grateful you wanted to give me something, but I don't want the thing. I think it would be an asshole thing to lie about wanting it, and also an asshole to be ungrateful for the gesture or thought. It's true that my partner never asked me to come visit, but they do want me to visit. They've said that, and I think we both expect that I would come in some sense. It seems like both you and my partner seem to feel that expectation nullifies gratitude, and this is what is really strange to me. I expect that someone in front of me will hold the door for me if my hands are full. But that doesn't mean I'm not grateful. I expect myself to be grateful and express that gratitude. And I think someone would be right to point out I was rude and ungrateful if I did not express my gratitude, even if, maybe especially if, I didn't explicitly ask them to hold the door. All right, I'm going to answer this one. We're going to take a break. This right here is where it gets real interesting because now we're not just talking about feelings, we're talking about how people interpret meaning. And baby, those are two very different things. Um, what the commenter is trying to explain is not that you are wrong about gratitude. Okay, it's that the way it lands changes everything. When you say you should be grateful, what they hear is you have been ungrateful. Okay, that feels like criticism, even if you did not mean it that way. And the second somebody feels criticized, their brain is, yeah, it's not reaching for appreciation. It's reaching for defense. So now instead of thinking, wow, I should say thank you, they start thinking, wait a minute, what about all the things I have done? And just like that, it turns into a scorecard. And nobody wins when it becomes who did more. Then you got that third piece, right? Which is the one that really sticks. If somebody did not ask for something, even if they do want it in the moment, it is framed like a favor. It can feel like pressure instead of care. It is like being handed something and then being told you better appreciate it. Now, your brain goes, hold on, I did not ask for this, so why do I owe you for it? And I know you hear that and you go, that sounds ungrateful, but to them it feels like fairness. That is the gap right there. You are coming from a place of effort, deserves appreciation. Okay. They're coming from a place of expectation, does not require it. And neither one of those is crazy. They are just different lenses. Okay. Your example about holding the door is actually perfect because you're right. Most people would say thank you, even if they expected it. But if somebody stopped you and said, you should be grateful, I held that door, how it feels different, right? Same action, different delivery. And that is the whole lesson sitting right there. It is not about whether gratitude matters. It's about how you invite it in. Because if you push for it, people will pull back. But if you show the feeling behind it, people usually meet you there. And that's why to some people, it comes off as harsh, even if your intention was completely valid. And it could be, that, right? All right, we're going to take a little break and I'm going to come back with the rest of this. Pardon me. I have 2 more stories for you. Be right back.
Boss B. Yeah. Press go! Yeah. Press go. Yeah. I don't warm up, I just hit go. These moves I don't even know. Still ain't solid, still stay loud. Turn one stream into a whole damn crowd. Didn't come clean, didn't come neat. Built this thing while missing sleep. If it breaks, I build it fast. I don't sit, I move right past. I ain't waiting for the green light. everything I touch gon' grow. Laugh through chaos, talk through noise, turn real life into my choice. If it flicks, I flip it twice. I don't roll, I control the dice. Ain't no clean take, ain't no reset. Everything I live, I ain't done it yet. If it hits wrong, I rewrite fast. Future moving, I don't live in past. Press go, don't overthink it. If it moves, then I'm in it. BBTV, yeah, we run it. Didn't plan it, still done it. Press go, no pause, no edit. If I start, I don't get it. Not rising, I've been did it. Now I move like I'm in it. No script, no pause, no clean lines, no second thoughts. I don't wait for perfect timing, I just move when it hits, that's all I got. Messy, loud, still ends clean. Built this whole thing in between. Every moment I didn't know still turned into something I can show. Press go. Press go. Don't overthink it. If it moves, then I'm in it. BBTV, yeah, we run it. Didn't plan it, still done it. Press go. No pause, no edit. If I start, I don't get it. Not rising, I've been did it. Now I move like I'm in it. Press go. That's all I do now. BBTV, still running.
All right, we are back. Hello, hello. All right, let's get right back into this. Pardon me. Still dry as ever. Tomorrow, I'm hoping I have a new camera set up, or an old camera that I had that I'm going to try and use because this one sucks. Yes, it does. All right. Am I the a-hole for not feeling grateful until after the fact? This seems to be a reoccurring thing for me. 25 male and my girlfriend, 25 female. An old story came up as it is nearing my birthday again, and we just can't seem to understand each other. Pardon me. 1 year for my birthday, she put together a weekend thing for me and my friends and paid for it all herself. Wow. Well, that's a nice girl. Because she said she didn't want anyone to not be able to come due to cost. I honestly think this was sweet, but a bad decision because we could have done or gotten something else with that hefty amount of money for my birthday. I had a great time that weekend, but her asking people to contribute wouldn't have changed that. Okay. When I told her that I didn't think it was smart, she paid for her this on her own. She said she didn't like my tone and said I was ungrateful. I said I didn't think I had anything to be grateful for since the weekend. Oh, gosh, here we go. Since the weekend thing hadn't even happened yet. When my friends told me she was paying for everything, she really didn't like the nothing to be grateful yet. Uh, I don't think I like it either. Sorry. Because in her mind, the planning and the arranging of everything was effort to be acknowledged. For her birthday, she likes to go to a meal with friends and have me plan it, and said that my planning it something she's very grateful for. Y'all feeling this too? It's a little backwards. Okay, she said the effort involved in getting together a guest list, reaching out to invitees, finding the perfect restaurant, etc., are all things that she's grateful for. So she doesn't get why I only think it makes sense to feel grateful upon delivery execution of said event, not just the fact that it's going to happen one day, maybe in the future. She also insists she never asked me to be grateful. She just said I wasn't being grateful after being nasty because I didn't think she should pay for this whole thing herself. And that got and then got hurt when I said there wasn't anything to be grateful for. We have discussed this from both our perspectives, but still nothing. It might be worth mentioning we have our own incomes and only pay our mutual bills together. She has zero debt because of fortunate life circumstances. Parents paid for college in full, and she doesn't really use her credit card. So, am I the a hole for not feeling grateful before I actually receive a gift? Edit to add. Thanks, everyone. I totally get it. I really am grateful for her effort and time and money, and would have been regardless. I apologized and am making it up to her. Okay, well, it sounds like you already answered your own mess here, but let me give it a shot. So, this one right here ain't really about gratitude. It's about timing and perspective, because both of y'all are actually saying the same thing just at different moments. Because in your mind, gratitude shows up after the thing happens, after you experience it, after you know it's worth it. And that makes sense to you because you're trying appreciation or tying appreciation to the result, right? But in her mind, gratitude shows up the second that somebody puts in effort on your behalf. The planning, the coordination, the money, the thought behind it. All of that already counts before the event even happens, right? So when she heard you say there was nothing to be grateful for, yet she didn't hear logic. She heard that everything she had already done didn't matter. And that's why it hit so hard. Now, hold on, okay, because you're not wrong for questioning the decision either. That's a separate lane. You can think something was financially unnecessary and still appreciate the intention behind it. But the way it came out made it sound like you were rejecting the gesture before it even had a chance to land. And that's where it rubbed her the wrong way. On her side, she's not wrong either because she values effort early. She sees the behind the scenes work as part of the gift itself. So to her, you skipped over the whole emotional investment and went straight into critique. So now both of y'all are standing there like, how do you not see this my way when it's just two different definitions of when gratitude starts? And once you realize that, it gets a lot simpler because you don't have to change how you feel just to have to acknowledge both stages. You can say, hey, I appreciate the effort you're putting in, and I'm excited to experience it too. That way she feels seen for what she's already done, and you still get to feel that full gratitude when it actually happens. And the fact that you already circled back, apologized, and owned it tells me you caught it. So, no, you're not the problem here. You just learned that for some people, the gift begins the moment they start thinking about you, not the moment you open it. Okay? Had some comments here. First comment, you are not the asshole to be grateful for or nothing to be grateful yet for yet. Pardon me. This girl puts in a lot of time. You are the asshole. I'm sorry. Ugh. Yeah. I just like saying that word, I guess. You'll have to forgive me. It's been almost 2 weeks, but I'm here. So this girl puts in a lot of time and effort into planning something amazing for you, but there's no need to be grateful until after it happens. You're definitely the asshole. Yeah, she didn't have to pay for the whole thing, but she can obviously afford it and wants to make sure everyone can go. It's a very sweet thing to do. If I was your friend, I would consider you entirely ungrateful. See if I ever plan another trip for you again. Truce. Yeah, facts. Sorry. Second comment. I honestly think this was sweet, but a bad decision because we could have done or gotten something else with that hefty amount of money for my birthday. No, you didn't. Don't think it was sweet. You're upset because she wasted money on your friends instead of using all the money on you. You sound like a petulant, spoiled child who throws tantrums if things aren't their way. Honestly, I'm glad she called you out for that. Showing some appreciation for her efforts was the appropriate response. Either this is said partner or her sister. You're the asshole 1,000 times over. Grow up or don't act surprised when she dumps your immature ass. Yep, that was probably the sister. Third comment, you're the asshole. The experience is part of the gift. There should be no monetary value attached to what someone gifts to you. Amen. You priced up what she did for you and decided you would have preferred a gift of similar value without even seeing what she did for you, which was put love into creating an experience, a set of memories that you will remember long after the Xbox or whatever she bought for you breaks down and is bent. Yeah, I have to agree with this one. Clearly, you should communicate that parties are off in the future for you. You prefer gifts of value so she knows where she stands. Throw away. That was a big cost for her to take on. Her gift would have been no less, pardon me, valuable had she asked all to make a contribution. I mean, these comments right here ain't playing with you. Not at all, because they're coming in hot, and what they're really reacting to is that one line about nothing to be grateful for yet. Because to them, that erased all the effort before the event even happened. And that's why they're calling you ungrateful. Not because you questioned the money, but because it sounded like you dismissed the intention behind it. And that second comment, okay, goes even harder, basically saying you didn't actually see it as sweet because, hello, you were focused on how the money could have been spent differently, which to them, it really does read like you valued the outcome over the thought. The money, it wasn't yours. You obviously pay different parts of bills and stuff. So why was that even a question? That's what I want to know. And then that third one, it brings it back around, saying the experience itself is the gift, not the price tag. So when you start comparing value, you miss the whole point of what she's trying to do. And yeah, they're a little dramatic about it, but underneath all that heat, the message is the same. They're saying appreciate the effort when it shows up, not just after it pays off. Right? I know I'm right here. Come on, y'all. Get with me. Alrighty. Enough of that, because that was going to make me angry. Yeah, I know. I'm a dork. I can't help it. Did y'all miss me? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe. Well, look, before we get out of here, though, I want to take a minute and just talk to you. Okay. Not host to audience, not show to chat, just me to you. Because if you've been around for a minute, you probably noticed I haven't been real consistent here lately. Maybe a little quieter than usual. I've just been popping off shorts. Maybe not quiet as everywhere as I normally am. And I'm not going to dress that up like everything was just fine and I needed a break because that wouldn't be real. Life has a way of stepping in and shifting things, whether you plan for it or not. And sometimes you find yourself juggling more than you expected, trying to keep things moving, trying to stay creative, trying to stay present and still handle what's happening behind the scenes. And I'll be honest with you, it's been one of those seasons. I'm good, I'm not, but I'm here, right? Let me just say all that first. I'm here, I'm working, I'm building. We are not stopping anything over here. But I had to make some adjustments. I had to move some things around. And yeah, there were moments where I had to step back and breathe and figure it out. And I know a lot of y'all understand exactly what that feels like without me even having to spell it out. Not every detail, because we all go through those stretches. Like Big Jack says, life be life. And, where life gets a little heavier than we expected. And what I will say is this, though, through all of that, this right here, this space, this show, this connection with y'all, it did not stop mattering to me. If anything, it mattered more because this is something I built with intention, and I'm not letting a rough season take that away from me or from us. So if anything, you're going to see me lean in harder, show up stronger, and keep pushing as much forward as I possibly can, and the way I always do. Now, I'm also going to be real with you in another way because I don't believe in dancing around things when it matters. If you've ever watched me, if you've ever laughed with me, if this space has given you anything at all, I'm asking you to pour a little bit back into it. And you'll see it right here on the screen here in a minute. A QR code. I've already put it up once. It's a GoFundMe account. And it's there because right now I'm building through a moment, not around it. And if you feel led to support and you're in a place where you can, I would appreciate that more than you know. And if GoFundMe isn't your thing, I get it. I have other links in the description that you can perhaps use. But I do encourage you to at least go to that link and understand the story. Listen, I'm not here to beg for money. Okay? I'll be honest with you. I don't even have memberships right now. I am not monetized. This place is my outlet. Coming back in June, hopefully, I will be back with monetization. But for now, YouTube is being harsh. Okay. But like I've always said from the very get-go, I am here to learn what not to do so I can teach you. And we are going to get back into that Grow and Glow Academy and get that started again. And I'm very sorry for us missing that. Life be life. And just like Big Jack says, I was glad to see his face on the screen last night. So inspired, I decided I needed to be up here today. So look, if you can't help right now, that is okay. If you would please, though, share me out. Showing up, sharing, being here, all of that matters more than people realize. Even just a hey, girl, I love you. I'm thinking about you. You're in my prayers. That means more than money to me. Let me tell you. We all have our difficult situations. And I'm not going to put mine out here every single day. This is the first and only time I will talk about this online and in live, or you'll see the code. on occasion, but I'm not going to beg. Okay. If you want to help, that would be great. If you can't, that's okay. Just pray for me. That's a bigger help. Okay. Because Big Jack, if you get to listen to this one, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good. And I know He's got my back. This isn't about pity. Okay. This isn't about sympathy. I don't want sympathy. I've got the strength to overcome this, but I do also have the strength to ask for help from a community that tells me on the constant that they love me. And you know what? Love is sharing this out. Okay. This is about community. It's about saying we're building something here. And sometimes building takes support. Okay. Sometimes it takes reaching out instead of trying to carry everything by yourself. And I'm okay with saying that out loud. Either way, I'm grateful for every single one of you that's here, that keeps coming back, that keeps this space alive. And I mean that for real. Okay. Y'all, that's my time for today, but I just want to say one more thing. Okay. I love you and I appreciate you. And no matter what you're doing, even if you're just sitting there thinking about me, that is support. And that's all I'm asking for. Okay. Look, I love you guys. I'm going to leave you with some more support as well. This is how you do it right here. Tuber chat. Get over there and see him. I'll buzz you guys later. Oh, one more thing before I go. Listen, if I'm not here, I'm okay. I just okay, I've been transparent about most of it. I might as well put it this way. I am trying to take a test for a new job that could potentially help me out in ways that obviously YouTube can't right now. It's not a place to quit your day job for, okay, guys? It's not that I quit my job for it. I didn't have one. My husband was working. He had a heart attack. That didn't happen anymore. It's okay. I'm tough. I got this. But if I'm not here, please know I'm here in spirit and I will be back just as quick as I can, okay? Thank you so much for your patience, your love, your support. Thank you for being here. Buzz you later.
I want to take a minute to shout out Tuber Chat. If you're a creator who's tired of surface level advice, and actually wants to understand how YouTube works, that's the space. It's real conversations with real creators who are in the trenches building channels, testing ideas. No posturing, no gatekeeping, no fake guru energy, just people sharing what's working, what isn't, and why.
If you're serious about growing, learning, and not doing this alone, check out Tuber Chat. The link is in the description. If you're enjoying this show, subscribing is the easiest way to support what's being built here on BBTV. You'll see the join button right next to subscribe. No pressure, no expectations, just an option for people who want to support the channel in a real way. We're live every day at 3 p.m. Central now. And don't worry, we didn't change the heat, just the clock. And if you've got a story you want to share, send it in. Anonymous is always fine.
A boss be rising, BBTV